Okay, today I wanted to show you guys how I repair my running shoes. These particular shoes are HOKA 1 brand shoes. The model is a Conquest 2, and I really love these shoes. I have knee problems and a little bit of hip problems and foot problems. So these are really good shoes for me. I went from running 3 miles. I could only do about a mile nonstop at a time to running 5 and 6 miles completely nonstop after short time. So that's my testimonial of these shoes. I really do like them. I'm 5'5", 175 pounds. My pace, my mile split is probably like 920 to 945 on my typical runs. But I have pretty poor form, especially when I get tired. And you can see right here, I've taken off a lot of material, and I've even gotten all the way down into this soft foam here. So what I did was an old skateboard trick was use this Shoe Goo. I used to use this when I was a little punk skater kid. And so what I do is I apply it right here. And I had a couple of friends ask about it, so I wanted to just show you my method. I've done it maybe 4 times or so. I wore through these after, I want to say, 100 miles or so, and they have maybe, I think they have 250 miles on them now. I should be able to get at least 300, 350 out of these shoes. But you can see I'm doing it to both sides. First thing I did was clean the surface pretty good. You can see how deep the groove used to be here, and I've worn all the way through the groove all the way down to that. So what I did this time was I peeled back the previous layer of Shoe Goo, and I put it on pretty thick. I mean, I don't know if you can see how much I have to build it up there, but you know, it's a good probably 1/4 inch to get it where it used to be. And once I do my repairs, for my type of running, again, I must have pretty poor form to be able to wear that out that quickly because every other part of the shoe is pretty decent. But I can usually get 25 to 40 miles out of a little bit of Shoe Goo. And I've used this, I think 4 times, and I still have a whole lot left. So this is a way to make your very expensive running shoes last longer. So I'll show you my method, and hopefully it's helpful for you. First thing is we have our Shoe Goo here, and I like to get something like a stick to spread it on with. And I'm going to put it on pretty thick. I'm going to apply it first. And one trick that I've learned is using petroleum jelly. I don't know if Astroglide or Kentucky Jelly, was it KY Jelly? I don't know if those work also, but I will tell you that this one works well. What I do is put a little bit of dab inside of the cap, and that way you can get the cap on again. And then a little bit on the whatever you're applying it with. If you just put a little, like a thin layer, it'll keep it from caking on and sticking. So yeah, that'll help out a little bit. All right, so we're just going to apply it on here. Let's open the container. And again, if you put a little bit of the petroleum jelly inside of the lid, you'll be able to unscrew it. Otherwise, it'll probably freeze to it and you'll only get like one-time use out of it. All right, so I don't know if the camera will be able to see this, but what I'm going to do is kind of start thinner up here and then kind of a thicker coat right here. Okay, so that's what I have on at first. I'm going to put maybe a little bit more here. Okay. And you can see I have to build it up quite a bit here. So what I'm going to do is kind of smooth out the edges with this. And if it doesn't have any edge, like if you can round the edges off, that'll keep it from having anything to grab onto and peeling it off or peeling it back. So I'm going to just try and work this in here. And then overall just try and smooth it out so it's not just one big chunk. Okay, it doesn't look real pretty, but oh, camera fell sideways. But if you can see it, it is built up, and this will work pretty well. So I'm going to do the other shoe, and then we'll call it good.